Don't forget, we're giving this guitar away to one of the first 1,000 subscribers, so don't miss your chance. This is a Collings D2 HAV. It's essentially Collings' version of a Martin HD28. Now, Martin, of course, set the standard with the Dreadnought guitar when they produced it way back in the early mid-30s, and they really changed the landscape of guitar ever since then, and it's remained largely unchanged since then. It was really a defining moment for guitars everywhere, and everyone is trying to copy it. Now, do Collings measure up to the Martin standard? Let's get into it. Bill Collings originally started building guitars in the early 70s, and they were usually one-off productions. But in the early 80s, George Gruen asked him to make 25 guitars, which he did, which really catapulted him in the spotlight for being a premier small builder at the time. Now, Bill Collings has since passed away, but his reputation for meticulous work continues on with the Collings guitars. This was made in 2015, and the workmanship on these guitars are flawless. Like there are no defects. They come out as perfect as you can imagine, and I've never seen build quality that matches this, especially in the price range. This guitar is, again, modeled after a Martin HD28, and they really are trying to achieve the vintage sound, but still kind of a modern Collings clarity. And there is a certain clarity involved or associated with a Collings guitar that is just so great. I am so fortunate to have this example of a guitar, and I am certainly not worthy to have it, but I've just been so blessed to be able to own this fine instrument. I have a friend that lives in Nashville, and years ago, 9 years ago actually, I was at a SPIGMA convention, which is a bluegrass convention there in Nashville, Tennessee. And I sat across from this very guitar in my friend's hands. He owned it for several years, and I thought, man, I would just love to have a guitar like that someday. Rewind, well, I guess it would be fast forward from that point, 5 years, and he posted on Facebook that he was going to be selling this guitar, and I knew I was going to be in Nashville in a month, and I just happened to have the money in hand, and I said, you've got to hold that guitar for me because I promise I'm going to buy it. He cut me a great deal, and I'm forever indebted to him. By the way, that man's name is Jed Clark. If you follow any of his music, I would encourage you to go check him out. He does some great work. He's now putting out an album that's going to be stellar. I've heard some of the things that he's going to be putting on. It's going to be great, but go check him out, Jed Clark. Several years ago, I worked at a coffee shop in a small town, and a man came in and ordered a cortado. His name was Charlie, and I will forever be thankful to Charlie for changing my life. The cortado has become my favorite drink over the last dozen years or so, and it's because it has such a full-bodied flavor, but it's not overpowering. I love that it is equal parts steamed milk and equal parts espresso. However, I usually substitute in half and half for a creamier, richer flavor. So if you've never tried a cortado, maybe you can look up some YouTube videos online if you got an espresso machine and you want to try one, or find you a local coffee shop that can make one and be ready for your life to be changed. There are a few guitars that I just won't sell, but this one's on that list. This has got to be my hands-down favorite guitar that I've ever had, and in my top 5 best guitars that I've ever played, and I've played some really nice guitars. Do you own a Collings? What are your thoughts on them? Have you ever played a Collings? Let me know what you think about that experience. Do you want to own a Collings or play a Collings? Let me know down below. I'd appreciate if you like this video and share it with your friends. If you want to hear the difference between an Eastman and a Martin, check out my last video. Also, if you want to hear my best advice for getting better at guitar, stay tuned.